Stress, stress, stress. Let's face it, stress has always been there. Stress is a part of life and it's never going to change. But how do you deal with stress objectively? In this video, I'm going to show you ways that you can deal with stress so that you are able to take care of your happiness and well-being. Welcome to Own Your Spark, the platform where I create content that is meant to empower you to become the best version of yourself. Remember to subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you can be notified every time I upload a video weekly. Let's get started. The first thing you need to understand when you're going through a stressful situation is that you are not a superhuman. Yeah, I know that sometimes we think we are, but we're not. So it helps to lower your expectations as to what you can and cannot do. You need to cut yourself some slack and understand that you can't be able to handle everything at once. So if you're a mother, it might help to give your kids to someone and help them and ask them to help you to look after them. If you are a business owner, it might help to ask someone to come and step in for you so that you can be able to look after yourself. Take a step. Understand you cannot handle everything. Lower your expectations. Understand that your feelings are like tidal waves, that yes, just because you take a step back today, that doesn't define the rest of your life, because feelings, stress, and emotional turmoil are like tidal waves. They come and they go. You lose control and then you get control. You find yourself being able to control the situation again. So when you lower your expectations, it helps you as well to challenge your inner critic. So you're not so hard on yourself because you understand this is for a time, it's happening right now, and it's going to change. Challenge your inner critic by fighting off the negative stuff happening. Don't be so hard on yourself and focus on what's positive about you. That's what's gonna help you to remain sane and be in control. Focusing on the good part of your life and the good side of your life. So step number 2, do not run from it. I know that's the natural position. That's what we feel we want to do when going through stress. You want to just drop everything and run, but that does not actually help. The best way to go through stress, in fact, the best way to overcome a stressful situation is to go through it, because you come out on the other side with more resilience, with more strength, and with more understanding of the problem and how to fix it. When you go through a problem, sit down, create a plan of how you can get yourself out of it. Part of being self-aware means that you understand that your responsibility in life is entirely your business, that you can't give that over to someone else. And so when you go through stress, accept what's happening, and that's a very, very big thing, because it helps you to validate your feelings, which helps you now to understand, now this is it, that's what's happening, and from here, this is what I need to do to get myself out. Because when you think about it, denial is just going round in circles. You can never treat an illness until you figure out what is the root cause. That's how you treat problems. Figure out what's stressing you, what's that stressful situation, and how can you treat it. Running away is just like curing symptoms, and curing a symptom will work for a while, but the problem will come back. It will always find ways of coming back. Another very great way of dealing with stress in an objective way. I say objective because there are other ways of dealing with stress, like losing yourself in alcohol, or just letting yourself go, or getting in the wrong company. Anything that numbs you but doesn't address the problem is not an objective way of dealing with the situation. So exercise is great. I know people think that exercise just takes care of your physical well-being, but it's excellent for stress, because you may have had this. There's a hormone called endorphins, or what people call the runner's high, or others call it the feel-good hormone. I like to call it the feel-good hormone, because that's what happens when you run. In my case, when I run, when you exercise, you feel really good, and it really does take your stress so far away from you. It helps you to be able to feel great. The other thing about exercise is that it reduces the stress hormone cortisol. So you're no longer as stressed as you were after the workout or after some exercise as you would be before. And exercise doesn't have to be hours and hours at the gym. Exercise doesn't have to be, exercise can just be a walk in the morning. Exercise can just be a walk in the evening. It can be 5 minutes cardio, 5 minutes aerobics. It can be yoga, it can be Zumba, it can be anything that just keeps your blood flowing. That does a great deal to help with stress. Do you know that 77% of illnesses can be eliminated through exercise? So imagine how much your life would be stress-free and without anxiety if you dedicated exercise into your regimen. When you're stressed, you're tempted to keep asking why. You're tempted to keep asking, where did I go wrong? What should I have done different? Why did things turn out to be that way? Basically, what you're doing is looking at your life from a rear mirror. And guess what? That doesn't help anybody, much less you. And that's why when you're dealing with stress, if you want to get out, you need to stop asking the why question and ask what questions. What questions are, what can I do to change the situation? How can I reverse the situation? What can I do? I mean, shit's happened, things have gone bad. How can I get myself out? What do I need to do to be able to rectify the situation? What is left? If you're going through stress because of losing someone, say losing a loved one, or losing a business, or losing a job, or losing a marriage, or losing anything, instead of asking why that happened, the proper question would be, so what's left? What do I have, and what can I do with it? Because what you have is what you have control over. What was there yesterday is gone, and it's never coming back. Okay, so focus on the present moment, because the past is beyond your control, but the present is what you have now, and the future is something that you can somehow predict. You may not have 100% control about the future, but to some extent you can predict the future, because we create our futures as we go along. You are where you are today because of where you were yesterday. Your actions yesterday have brought you to this moment. So focus on the present. It's the only thing you've got. The other way you deal with stress objectively is to unplug. It's to unplug. In one of the stressful times of my life, when my marriage fell apart, I literally changed numbers and I deleted emails. And sometimes you need to do that for yourself, because what you're doing is changing the environment around you, changing the environment in your life, because the definition of stupid is doing the same thing the same way and expecting a different result. So whatever brought you stress in the first place, or if you're trying to change a stressful situation and you're trying to make a change, it means, and it goes without saying, that you need to change aspects of your life and create a different environment. Do a digital detox, for example. Switch off your Wi-Fi or data or whatever internet you've got, and just take time to understand what's going on. Take time to just unplug, because that's how you get clarity, and that's how you know how and where to start building again. Sometimes it's good to disappear. It's good to disappear and let people wonder where you went, and go and get and look after yourself for a while. And when you're ready, you can come back. When you come back, you have a full cup. The other way you deal with stress objectively is good old meditation, because meditation just helps you to clarify your thoughts, helps you to get in touch with yourself. It helps you to understand what's going on, what's worth thinking about, and what should you just discard and do away with. Breathing exercises are great. Things like yoga, things like massage or acupuncture are excellent to release that good feel-good hormone we spoke about. Ooh. When you do things like a massage or engage in activities that make you happy, your mood stabilizes. You no longer feel like you're hanging somewhere on top of a mountain about to collapse, but you are able to have a stabilized mood. Your self-esteem improves, as does your sleep. And all these components really help you to reduce stress. They really help you to change the quality of your life. They really help you to start having, you know, a little spark of energy, a little bit of hope, a little bit of a feel-good thing, that the future is bright and the future is worth looking forward to. And finally, distance yourself from the stress. I know it sounds easy, but I think it's easier said than done, because staying in a stressful environment will only keep you there. Nothing will change. Leave that toxic relationship. Leave that friendship that doesn't help you. Stop your bad habits. Those things will only make you feel worse. Nothing changes until you do. Take responsibility, and how you take responsibility is to start making change, because for change to happen, you've got to get out there and put in some action. And don't let anybody lie to you that you don't have the power to change. The power to change your life, the power to get out of a stressful situation is in your hands. It is in your hands. Never forget that. Thank you for watching. I hope these tips and ways of dealing with stress will help you to be able to stay in control and be the boss that you are. Stay tuned next week. I will see you then. Remember to subscribe and take good care of yourself, and do not be stressed. Bye-bye.